So I would like to do a little video around a process that I use a lot with my clients, which is called the thinking cap. I call it the thinking cap. It's actually a part of the body talk access protocol, tapping out the cortices. So basically the way you do it is you have energy centers in the palms of your hands. We're going to activate, one hand is going to be activating parts of your brain. Think of them as neighborhoods in your brain, which are big areas. The occipital lobe, the parietal lobe, the frontal lobe, and the temporal lobes. And within those neighborhoods, you've got lots of little houses that are communicating. And we want the big neighborhoods all to be friendly and working cohesively together so that all of the houses and the people in the houses are happy. The houses are the little tiny centers of your brain that regulate all of your hormones and your organs and your tissues and get your system like really optimized. So this is a technique that is great for people with ADD. This is a technique that is wonderful when you are stressed. When we're stressed, we blow fuses in our brain. This is like going over to the fuse box and flipping the switch. It's going to bring into your body that self-regulatory process, which is innate in our human body, but which gets triggered and turned off by high levels of stress and anxiety and toxicity and all the things that are bombarding us electromagnetically, all kinds of things. So basically think of it like this. I call it the thinking cap because I've been in the schools teaching this. And if you are going to put your cap on, right, you want to activate and touch all the parts of your brain. So we're going to start here at the back of your head. And then the next handhold is going to be here. I kind of call it on the corner of my head. And then if you were to drag your hand up, you'd go to the top of your head next. This is position number 3. Position number 4 is here, which is your frontal lobe and your temporal lobe. Now look at my fingers are together. They're above my ear, pointing back. And this would be activating your temporal lobe. So this is the occipital lobe here. You've got 2 parts on the corner and the top, which is your parietal lobe. And then you've got the frontal lobe. And then you've got the temporal lobe. So it's like you're putting on the whole cap, right? Okay. The other hand, I'm going to call it the spider tapping hand. The spider tapping hand is your hand kind of facing towards the back, and you're going to be tapping the top of your head. This is going to actually activate the part of the brain that you're holding, okay? So you're holding one part of your brain saying, hey, it's your turn now. The spider tapping hand is going to get the electrical charge happening there. And then we want to connect our brain to our heart center, because our heart is actually the biggest electrical conductor in our body. And when you connect your brain and your heart together, then the brain waves change and things come into a more harmonious synchronicity. So we want to do that. So to do the thinking cap, you start with your hand at the base of your skull over the occipital lobe. You're going to take your spider hand and tap and breathe in and breathe out. Before you do this, it's always a great idea to do a body scan, see how your body feels, and then we're going to connect to our heart, tapping on the sternum, breathe in, breathe out. And then moving the hand up to the corner, kind of the upper back of your head. Tap spider hand, breathe in, breathe out. Yeah, if you kind of do a body scan before you do this, you'll be able to have a comparison of what this strategy and technique is doing for your body. Breathing out. Top of the head. Tap right on top of your hand. This is the frontal part of your parietal lobe. Breathing out over your heart. On the sternum. Breathe in, breathe out. I mean, if you didn't do anything, you're oxygenating your brain more than you do when you're stressed. And tap. Breathe out over your heart. Tap. This is your frontal lobe. And now we're going to do temporal lobes. 2 sides, remember, fingers are together. Take one hand off, be the spider tapper. And then over your heart. And connect them, and then the other one. There you go. That's it. So the deal is, right now you might feel a hum, a buzz in your body. That's your immune system being rebooted. You've got all the parts, all the houses in your brain are now talking to every cell, every structure, every organ, every tissue that they're communicating with, and are activating it. So your immune system's being rebooted. You've got this beautiful chi energy flowing. You might feel a little bit of like electrical current or a little buzz or a hum. You might feel more relaxed. You might notice if you started with a headache that the headache's a little bit less. Your stomach might be gurgling because you've activated that digestive system to get moving and get that fire building in your gut. A lot of times I notice that my eyes are clearer, and that kind of like cotton fatigue feeling in my eyes gets pulled out. It's sort of like there's clarity. This morning, a client said, "Oh, I feel fresher. Does that make sense?" And I said, "That absolutely makes sense." The cool thing about this tool is it's adaptogenic. Adaptogenic means it will self-regulate whatever has to happen in your body. So if you're down here with depression and fatigue and exhaustion, it's going to elevate you to have more energy. If you're up here with anxiety and stress and fear and chronic obsessive thinking, it's going to quiet you down and bring you here. So whatever your body needs, it's going to do it for you. You want to do this in the morning and in the evening minimum, twice a day minimum. When you do the certification for this, they say do the 30-day challenge. In 30 days, if you do this twice a day, you will not recognize your life. Why? Because your hormones and your organs and your body is going to be in this, self-healing, vibrant state. You're going to have more resiliency and less stress in your body. You're going to be less reactive to things. And when all of those things are coupled together, it creates this beautiful container for you to be more optimistic in your thinking. When you're optimistic in your thinking, things outside of you start to change because of the law of attraction. So this is honestly a really, really huge technique, especially for people with ADD. It helps us focus. It helps us be able to concentrate, sustain, to remember things, be more organized, be more efficient, feel more relaxed in our body. I don't have ADD, but I swear my brain works like I have ADD, which most of us do, right? So take this to heart. Do this twice a day, minimum. If you're going to sit down and do your taxes, if you're going to prepare to go up and speak, or you're preparing for a very high stress thing, do it. The more you do it, it's like taking your brain to the gym. Every time you do this, you're building the strength of your neuronal pathways and just your whole mechanism, brain-body mechanism. This is very, very impactful. I love, love, love this. And you will find that people who trigger you will trigger you less. You're going to be less reactive to stress situations. Some people have said, "Oh, I don't have road rage anymore." I sleep better. I use this wake up in the morning to just get myself going, and I also use it before I go to bed to help myself sleep. And if I wake up in the middle of the night stressed, I might do it 2 or 3 or 4 times. If my body's like, oh, in that freak out mode, just do that whole cycle. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hand holds, always tapping on top with spider hands, so you're getting both hemispheres of your brain, and then connecting your heart to, or your head to your heart, and doing breath work both up here and down here, right? Tapping here, breathe, tapping here, breathe. That's it. Enjoy it. Take care.